are in reasonable order. They would convert reasonably well to something. Not residential, well, I mean, if Sam's there, then... Well, if you but they have burnt our boats a little bit by building a poultry unit on the other side of the road.
Yeah. If you can come up with some very convincing budgets, though, for
yeah, well, that's right. I mean, if the market, if the economy does pick up and there is, you know, room for office lets, then this would convert very nicely. In fact, we went into it to a certain extent because we've had road traffic surveys done on, because we'd had the entrance would have been that side, and the bit they would have gone around there and parking out on that end, and you know, it's we went into a reasonable extent, but then jibbed when we saw 1.2 million.
Well, so there's two different types of commercial, though, so offices or light industrial.
Are you usually agree about this event?
Two of us. So far, yes.
I've only been home 2 years, so it's early days.
Well, I always remember my father, when I first came home, said, "You've got some very good ideas, Andrews. They're all very expensive." It sounds, as we'll see later, is biomass and whatever across there, which was his first sort of major project. So.
That's good to work with, actually, and he gives me plenty of responsibility, which is good. And anything new that comes along, Dad's been very happy to sort of say,
get on with it.
So
get on with it.
are you farming partners?
Yeah. We're a partnership and a limited company, so he isn't actually a director of the company.
Just the two partners?
No, and my wife. Three partners.
Yeah. No, I'm not quite equal.
Yeah.
But you sell in the same, the two, you sell the same crops.
It's in the same business.
Right. Yeah. So the potatoes is all farmed by the partnership.
Again, so let me just repeat. When we say farmed by the partnership, we're not talking about there's some staff that are P. Watson Jones and there's some staff that A. Watson Jones. It's everyone together, but there are specific bits that are owned by each one.
It's all farmed as one.
It's all farmed as one.
Two businesses, but it's all farmed as one. The men and the machines and the kit is all. Some of the kit belongs to the partnership and some belongs to the company. But from the farming point of view, from the day-to-day running of the farm, it's all one. It's up to me and Sam and my accountant to split it at the end of the year. We have certain rules, as I say, well, not rules, but the policies are that the potatoes are run by the partnership, and they rent a bit of ground from the company to off a different farm. And the poultry is all the Peter Watson Jones Limited Company. But, it's all accountancy decisions really, from the main day-to-day running of week to week, year to year running of the business. It's all as one, and then we have to split it up at the end of the year. And that has been done historically. We've sort of got ourselves into that because, as I said, we used to be an unlimited company actually. And then when I came home, Dad decided, well, why don't we start a partnership as well? And just from the advice of the day, there are advantages of being a limited company and advantages of being a partnership. We've perhaps got the advantages of both and the disadvantages of both.
So is the freehold owned by a limited company?
Then it gets a little bit more complicated because actually both businesses are run as a tenancy to the landlords. Well, actually, Savely Park is now owned by my wife. Howell Manor is owned 50% by me and my mother. And Naggington Grange, the third farm, is owned by the partnership. But I mean, these sort of things that happen in business, and it's never straightforward. It's just how it's evolved over the years. And the tenancy situation was set up for evaluation purposes. If ever capital gains tax, capital transfer tax issues, if that land could be valued as a tenancy, then it would have been 50% of the full value. So that sort of thing has been set up. So you will, on the accounts point of view, they are effectively tenancies. You'll see in there there's a rent figure. Well, we do, the businesses do pay rents to me, Jane, my wife, at the Townley Park, and my mum as landlords. You actually see that money, it all goes back into the business. You know, you'll see there's capital accounts, there's directors' loans accounts, and there's partnership accounts in there as well. So the rent, if you like, is held within the business. The business is using it, but we got the directors' loan accounts and partners' accounts in the accounts. So it's reasonably complicated. Just to help you in your analysis. Right. Well, should we leave that till towards the end? Do you reckon when we get
It's a
into
bit of a wind tunnel here.
It's a bit of a wind tunnel.
We'll answer that one in a bit. Though.
We'll go because you'll finish
We're
it.
going to have a look at a bit of kit, shall we? And
Yep.
then go on the road.